Due to the current situation in Latin America Youth Center LAYC is that they don't have the stable revenue model and they don't have the infrastructure of the volunteer. So our team has came up with the SMR strategy approach to get over this situation. And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are team 1.3. This is Sushi, Tingting, Shimian, Jiahui. First, the recommendation we give to the LAYC is that we want to help them to build up the stable revenue model and also to build the volunteer infrastructure. To gain this, we want to use the SM approach. The first S is the software. We want to outsource this software and to do the software, use our own experience. And the recruitment is to cooperate with the universities and build the emotional bond with the volunteers. The membership is that we want to build the Association of Youth Development Center and to ask other youth development NPOs to participate in our association. So with this SM approach, we will get impact that we will establish the membership of 30 NPOs and we will get the net income of $143 US. First, let's look into the DC area, the youth situation. Is that compared with the DC area and the US, we find that the unemployment rate and the high school graduation rate between the US and the DC is that DC is much worse than the US. So, through a nationwide, we can see that there are 1 in every 7 American children is disconnected. So, there is a lot of disconnected children in DC area, and DC ranked number 4 in this tract. In 2013, there are over 8,300 disconnected young people, and over 90% of them are African American. And what LAYC want to do is that they want to empower the youth to achieve a successful transition from the childhood to adulthood with the multicultural and other comprehensive programs to help the children. And their revenue model, we can see from the chart that 74% of the funds are from the government, so it's rely on governments heavily. And they have 7 core services based in the DC and Maryland, but it's highly overlapped. And also, we generated that the objective for the LAYC is to licensing the PYD curriculum to achieve the financial stability. So the key issue is that we need to diversify the revenue model and doing the volunteer structure and also the PYD curriculum licensing process. So is there a PYD curriculum licensing potential market? We find that in 2004, there are over 306 youth development centers in DC area, and 70% of them have the challenge getting what's the organization about. So at least there are 53 youth centers needs this kind of PYD curriculum. But this PYD curriculum needs to do our core competency, and so we want to do it by our own. Now let's welcome Shimin to walk through the recruitment strategy.
So for LAYC, one of the challenges is to recruit volunteers. LAYC only have 40 to 100 volunteers every year, and the volunteer basis has varied between 5 and 30 volunteer students. And also, since there's no long-term commitment relationship with these volunteers, and also the LAYC also lack of the formal recruitment process. It also has word of mouth and social medias. So we recommend that LAYC need to establish a formal and streamlined volunteer process. So we recommend LAYC to partner with Georgetown universities. Although LAYC has already established many partnerships with the universities, but we believe that this one is different. We need to establish community-based learning courses in these universities, and also the teachers who are teaching these courses will from LAYCs. So why do we choose Georgetown universities? Because these universities incorporate community service as part of the curriculum. It also matches the missions of our organizations. And also the summer school requires hours of service of the students and the local community partners. So we want to partner with these organizations to expand our community service. And also, if these models are successful in Georgetown University, we're gonna replicate to the other universities like Maryland and Catholic University of America. So for LAYC, we believe that it's important to build an emotional bond with its volunteers, because volunteers, we believe that providing the chance for volunteers to devoting their times on the most important tasks will make the volunteers feel their values on these organizations. So this successful example is America's. They changed the volunteer leaders. So in this way, it will help retain volunteers better. So we believe that we also can develop strategic approach to train volunteers to lead instead of using the volunteer coordinator to lead these volunteers. So my call is to work through that strategy.
So the second recommendation is to develop a program management software. Because based on our analysis, the overlapping service or programs of LAYC could lead to unclear development direction and lack of efficiency and effectiveness. So LAYC need a PMS to help manage those seven core services or other various programs. And then we will outsource the writing program process to emphasis India IT company. Then the main function of those this one programs will be decided by our own staff in LAYC, because we know more about MPO programs, and we know more about how to manage those programs in the computer. And in doing so, we could sharing the information with with different program staffs, and could make those programs more controllable. And the third recommendation is to establish an association for youth MPOs. We will invite those MPOs to join our association, and we will provide them the membership services. And the membership services include two parts. The first part is for profit, and second part is for non-profit. And let's look at the first one, for profit. Includes 4 sections. The first section is data tracking and analysis, because this is our LAYC's competitive edge. So we should take full of usage to have our other MPOs. And second one is PYD training teams. We will use it to help other MPOs to train their staff to meet their vision and mission and other specific programs needs. And third one is to review the new impactful consultant team to help other MPOs to evaluate or create new programs for their better development. And the last one is the program management software we mentioned previously. We will give our members each member's account. Then they could use it to manage their own programs in our software to manage their programs better and use those time and the cost more efficiently. And the second one is non-profit. So we will hold sharing session every year to generate those MPOs in our association together and share our successful or failed experience to help our MPOs or associations to develop more and more via. So in conclusion, we will use the SMR's approach to establish a new business model, a revenue model, and to develop a new recruiting infrastructure. That's all for our presentation. Now the front is open for any questions. Thank you.
I'm interested to hear more about the data tracking analysis piece of the for-profit side. Do you have any specific recommendations in terms of how you're going to link the services that you offer to outcomes for the actual target of this, which is, obviously the kids? Do you have any idea in terms of what kind of outcomes you're going to use to measure on the data tracking piece?
You mean for other MPOs or for our own?
I'm talking about for the actual services that you provide for the various communities, the various school systems. What kind of data tracking analysis are you planning?
We will use those data tracking analysis to help our programs to develop better and evaluate our outcomes, our programs, and to decide it is right or not right, and then we will, if it's not right for our for the young or children, then we will change it.
Absolutely. I'm more talking about what is the actual piece that you're going to focus on in terms of improved performance for the students or better outcomes. Is it, are they getting better grades in school? Are they, graduating at a higher rate? I guess that's more of a question. Do you put any thought to sort of what outcomes you are going to measure success, basically?
Basically, we will focus on their school performance. Because they have to study in the high school, so the performance is basic, the foundation for them to apply for the further education. And secondly, is based on their relationship with other students. Probably they will have some misbehavior in the society. That's why people give some bad comments about these children. So that's why we give some help for them, to help them be like the normal people in the society. So we will try to use some communication and use some data to check their performance in their friend circle and try to ask their friends what kind of a problem that you want to be the friend with this person. So you can use some maybe some very specific information to judge this person, not only about some one standard. Yeah.
With the program management software, I'd like a little bit more information about what you think could be outsourced. I think LAYC has a very strong emphasis on customizing what they do for the different customers, and so what do you think could be outsourced that would not necessarily be customized?
These things we think about, yes, currently LAYC have very strong database to support they do the customized personalized services, and they try to lessen this part and to offer some services to other nonprofit organizations. But for currently, we want to try to improve the efficiency for this organization. Because if we want to build up the revenue model, that means we have too many money and human resources to do this part. Because this tries a new idea for this organization. So firstly, we try to improve the efficiency. So that's why we have the better ability to try to transfer some workers and money to them, building the revenue model. So this software is focusing on how to improve the efficiency about the current services program. As we also mentioned the 3 service program. Because the part of these service programs are similar, and some parts or information or resources they can share together. So, but actually we cannot see any information or services this organization offer us. They do better job to try to put those things together and use them efficiently. And so we want to also use these softwares and try to ask help from the India IT company and try to innovate some specific software for our organization and use this organization to update the data and some information about the 7 services program. And if some information can be useful, and we can use them to try to reorganize those services. And so that's why we try to allocate all the resources, this software, to the India IT company and try to use this software in this specific area. Yeah.
In terms of the partnership with Georgetown University, how many volunteers do you assume that will draw in?
Currently, we get some information about we have the 40 to 100 volunteers and working for LAYC. So these courses will be recruit 20 students for one classes. So if we have some specific need or necessary, we will recruit more student volunteers, maybe more than 20 students, and we will open more classes to recruit the student volunteers. Yeah. It's in terms of the program needs.
Did you guys put together any, financial information information to show any costs related with your suggestions
Yes.
and how that would benefit?
Yeah. It's the cost breakdown for the SNR strategy. And we will put on the fund for those add-ons, and major part is doing on the marketing. Marketing is about the logging and to communicate with the other potential customers. Because our recommendations try to join some LinkedIn and some DCAY, this group. And this group, because so many CEO and managers, they communicate with each other. So we join this group and try to negotiate and communicate with them. And let them join us and become our member. So we can better to offer them some services. And we also have to recruiting some trainers. It's better for us to conduct to review the revenue model. And so because our revenue model is depending on the customized consulting services. So the major advantage or major characteristic of this program is to talk them face to face and have some communication to know what exactly their core culture and core capacity. So it's like some have to give some specific information. So we have to need the people to go to that place and to talk to the people. So the human resource is the major aspect that we concern about. So most of it will be expanding on to recruit the trainers and training to the experienced worker and to support our program. Yeah, so that's the cost rate.
I see for recruiting volunteers and rewards for volunteers, there's a number there for the recruiting volunteers. Where did you get that number?
You mean how we get a fund or we spend money?
Yeah, can you expand on it?
Oh yeah. So firstly, we established the course in the Georgetown University, and we are supposed to expand it into the other area university if that's successful. So these things will be put on to organize the classes, and also we will holding some annual party to reward some best performance if they contribute many efforts to our service program. So these students deserve some rewards and try to encourage them to continue to stay in this group and give some feeling that belong to the organization. So those money major we're spending on to how to maintain this volunteer relationship, how can lead them to willing to stay in our organizations for a long time.
And just real quick, what do you have the membership fee at? Is there different levels of membership? Like you said, membership fees at the top, and so like how much is it for one, like a membership fee on?
Yeah, this is the number of the members that we forecast that will be increasing in next 5 years. Because we do some research, there are almost 50 non-profit organizations that are similar to the LAYC. So we're forecasting this market in Washington DC can be the potential market. And so we do some marketing or some lobbying activities, try to persuade them to be our membership. And for one organization per year, they will spend $60,000 to give some the customer consulting services. Yeah, because most of this money we will be put on the people who join to the staff training program. So each person will be cost $20,500 per one person. So that's the basic money that we'll have to pay for our organization. And the second thing is about the trainer's salary. This part will be quite a major reason that we cost the $60,000 per year, because we have to carry out these staff salaries and also have some to pay for the software that we outsource to the India company. So this all kind of thing will be covered in the $6,000 per year, this number.
So this membership fee, it includes the data tracking, the QID training, the consulting team, and the management software?
Yeah, all of them.
Okay.
And that's quite fair.
Q&A is over. You have 5 minutes to do your conclusion.
Okay, we already talked about the main idea and main structure about our SIRD strategy, so we will give more information about the timeline. Our implementation will be separated to 3 parts. First part is our software in the R&D. We will outsource this part to an India company called Infosys. And this company also have to be responsible for maintaining this software and try to operate it successfully. And second is a membership establishment. We through try to find some group, and this group can like the DCAYA and the LinkedIn. And this group has specific generate many CEO and manager. They're working for some similar nonprofit organizations. That can be a very good opportunity or a channel for our organization to reach the potential customers. If we can successfully build up the member relationship, we have to conduct the customer size consulting services, and this will be charged for the member fees. And for the last things we have to do is establish the community-based learning in the Georgetown University in 2016. And after this year, we have to evaluate the performance of the volunteer students and the program outcome. If that's successful, we can use these classes and to expand it to other American universities that probably will be located in the Washington DC, because we can familiar with this affair. And we also holding some ceremony or annual party to generate those good performance volunteers and like together to share their feeling and like we are the member of this family. So that's why we spend every year $5,000 on this part. And next thing is we concern about the implementation feasibility about 2 parts, human and money. And in the 2014, depending on the financial report, they generated more than $9 million from the government grants, and the total number is $30 million. But with just forecasting those as in our strategy, total cost of this strategy is $4.1 million in the next 5 years. So we strongly believe this organization currently have enough financial capacity to support this the strategy, and they can use their later revenue to reinvest in this program. And the human resource, even though we just have 20 trainers currently, that is far more enough. So we have to recruit some new trainers and give some the better trainers, better for them to build a revenue model. So in 2020, we forecast the additional trainers will be achieved to 150. So the outcome forecasting is focusing on the net income, because we try to improve the financial independence. So we are focused on the financial outcome. So even though in 2014 the cash flow is negative because we have to put so much money in the previous stage, but after that, if the membership can be increased dramatically, they can withdraw the more and more membership fees to cover their costs. So in 2014, we forecast the net income is $143,000. And also we can establish the membership with 40 non-profit organizations in this area. So we also, the ending goal is to build up a reactable revenue model. But even though this strategy is profitable and sustainable, but they have 2 risks we have to manage. Firstly, it's about the constant dispatch about the customized consulting services. Why? Because these characters of the customer consulting services is to face-to-face to talk to the people. So different organizations have different culture, different capacity. So one side cannot fit all sides. So we have to find some specific solution for different organizations. So they probably will not satisfy for this. So we have to try to mitigate it. And secondly, is about to expanding the community-based learning process in university. If some universities are not familiar with our organization and don't accept our strategy, we try to cooperate with some student association because it's a more easy way for us to talk to some people who are willing to join us.
So with our SMR approach, we will get the tangible benefits that we can establish the membership, and also we can get the net income of $143,000, and also we have get the intangible benefits because we build the association, which is AYNPO, and we can lead in this association. Also, we can build our brand awareness. Through all these benefits, we can enhance the influence of LAYC to give LAYC a better future. So that's all for our presentation. Thank you for listening.